Now to these cutie patooties. Okay, so I'm taking these boxes from Dollar Tree. We took the insides out, and then I'm sticking with the golden pecan stain color. You can also remember you could use like acrylic mixed with water. It also dries way faster, but surprisingly, this stuff just sucked up the stain and then dried right away. So I'm doing all of the outside and then the bottom of it. It's just my preference. I like a finished product. And I kept the inside just the raw wood color. We're gonna repeat that step for all three of the boxes. Then we are gonna take some wood beads. I just put them in an old bowl, put some wood stain on them, kind of shook them around. Then I poured them out, tap, 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 dried them up. And then once those are dry, we are gonna go ahead and then move on to our domino pieces. And y'all, these are actually like little wood pieces. So pick them up if you see them. They are great. We're gonna do a lot more DIYs with them. And I'm just covering these up with Rich Black by Folkar. Now I'm taking some vinyl decals I created. And this is permanent 651 Oracle vinyl. You guys know I need my straight lines. I get all of my vinyl, like my black and my white vinyl, and my vinyl ease, which is my transfer tape, on Amazon. And I just buy the humongous rolls of them. And then the vinyl ease is what I'm using for my transfer tape, and it is by far my favorite I've ever tried. And that is also in the Amazon store link. So we're gonna go ahead and finish up putting these decals on our little domino pieces here. And then we are gonna move on to attaching our little wooden beads for our feet. So I just made sure that I put these a little bit more inside the box so that they weren't poking out when it stood up. And we are gonna put AV4 on each box, and we are gonna repeat this for all three of our boxes. So now I'm taking painter's tape, and you guys know me and my straight lines. I wanna make sure that each one is a straight line and that each of them line up with each other, because I obviously want them standing by each other. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat this with all three of our little boxes. Isn't that so adorable? Pray, wait, trust, I love it. Now taking some floral foam from Dollar Tree, we're gonna go ahead and put those in our little boxes. And then I'm taking, I'm sorry, I don't know what these flowers are called. The tags were already off them, but I just cut these down, and with two like bundles of them, I was able to put 4 in the middle and 3 on each side, but you were still able to see a little bit of that foam. So what I did was I took another bundle of Dollar Tree florals, and I don't know what these are called either. They'll come into frame like right now, any day. These right here, they came out during summer, and they are so beautiful and look crazy high end. So I stuffed those in there, and then I took some of my scrap leaves from my stash, and I tuck those in the back so that I'm covering it, but you know, like it still looks green and it looks full. So y'all, I cannot wait to show you these, because they seriously, these little buggers turned out so beautiful. Look at how vibrant, like the like pray, wait, trust, it just pops out at you. And with those vibrant white flowers, these are just gorgeous, and they would go anywhere with any decor. So let me know if you're
This DIY, we're going to use 2 of the Dollar Tree signs. I'm using this contact paper. I think it's from Walmart. I'm going to peel the back off. Hashtag duh, you might want to do that. And I'm just going to flip the signs over, glitter side down, stick them on. Now, I do recommend sanding the glitter off, because this contact paper wanted to like pull away from the sign because of the glitter. So now I'm just cutting them off, you know, the excess off to make it nice and clean. And then I am going to get the larger paint stir sticks, put some super glue and some hot glue on there. I'm going to put one in the middle, obviously, to attach the 2 signs together. I'll put one at the top so that I can hot glue some sawtooth hangers on the right and the left side. And then you guys, I put one on the bottom. I don't know why I do what I do, okay? All right, and then I didn't put this, but I did fill the holes, and then I'm just sanding them down so that they're nice and flat. getting my Rust-Oleum linen paint. I'm going to do a messy coat of white paint. And remember, you do you. You do whatever colors suit you best. So next I'm going to take this Dollar Tree like box. It's actually one of the Thanksgiving like signs. And I'm applying heat to the hook part because it'll just easily pop off, and I didn't want to take the chance of ripping the box out. And then I'm just going to go ahead and coat the outside of the box with rich black by Folk Art. I don't touch the middle up, just the outside and the top rim here. And then I am going to be using a crate. All I did was take a baby wipe, dip it in antique wax, and went around it. All right, now taking a yardstick and a permanent marker, I'm going to use the planks that are already on the sign and draw me some lines. Easy peasy, Dollar Tree squishy. All right, so after that, I am going to take some of the Dollar Tree cork and then a Dollar Tree chalkboard. I want them to be the same size, so I am going to trace my chalkboard, cut out 2 pieces of this cork board. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I want to layer them on top of each other just so it's a nice thick cork board, and you don't have to worry about the push pin going through onto the sign. And after we're done with that, we're going to go ahead and attach these two. So this is going to be a very functional piece. So I go ahead and put some super glue. Make sure you put the hot glue anywhere that the super glue is not, okay? And then you just peel the back off of your cork board. And this cork board stuff, you guys, is super, super sticky. And it works very well. I always buy it when I see it. So just peel the back off. We'll stick that right next to it. There we go. Now we're going to take that little box. And this little box I figured could hold like the push pins, chalk sticks, things like that. And then we're going to attach our crate. And I figured these could be for like sunglasses, smaller papers, your junk, basically. And then I'm going to take this Dollar Tree Cricut design, and I'm going to apply that right here, and we are done. And like I said, I did hot glue sawtooth hangers to the back. I did not show that, but I really love it's simple, it's clean, and it is very, very functional. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one and it inspires you. And again, if you don't like these colors, like do whatever your theme in the house is. But I think this one turned out great. So grab one of the long Dollar Tree signs, take your eyes and the bow off of your rabbit. Now apply a light coat of your chalk paint, acrylic paint, whatever you use. We're going to grab the wood graining tool. Now, this was like one of my first times trying it. You don't need to rock it back and forth that hard. You just need a slight little tilt to it, and it comes out beautiful. This is in my Amazon cart, our store. It's in my cart. Yeah, a lot of things are in my Amazon cart. And then after I'm done, I got these letters. All I did was print them off of my computer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them out. And at first I thought I was going to Mod Podge them on. But then I was like, let's work harder, not smarter. So I ended up tracing them. Sorry about this angle. So I trace the H, M, and the E. Then I come back in with my Arteza paint pen, and I'm going to outline them. Now, I'm not going to fill it in with my paint pen because I did not want to waste the paint in there. So I'm just going to outline the letters. Then I come in. This is a synthetic makeup brush. Don't throw those makeup brushes away, ladies. Use them to paint with. And I'm going to go in and paint in the rest of our lettering here. And it was super easy, and I just felt like it didn't waste my paint pen. All right, now I just take my rough sanding block. I sand over the H, M, and the E just to give it a little bit more of a distressed look. Next, because I'm so crafty, I grabbed my painter's tape, traced a circle. And now I'm going to take my boxwood from Walmart, pull those leaves off, and I'm just going to hot glue it around the circle. Now, of course, you could use an embroidery hoop, a wreath that's already made. I didn't have one, so this was me making my own, which it actually turned out pretty dang decent. So after that, I'm going to grab this bag of lemons, which I got these at Hobby Lobby, and when they're 50% off, they're actually cheaper than if you are able to find the lemons at Dollar Tree. So keep that in mind. So I think I used about like 4 of these lemons. And if lemons aren't your thing, keep the lemons off, add flowers, add, I mean, whatever your heart desires. But you get the concept. Now, taking this gingham ribbon, we are going to stick those through the holes, tie a knot in the back. That is going to be our hanger. So very easy. You could use twine, whatever you want. And then we need to cover that scary eyeless bunny. So apply some hot glue onto the back, stick it on some shipping paper, and then take your craft knife and clean the excess of your shipping paper up. And now nobody has to see that scary Easter bunny that is on the back of our sign. And you guys, this is how it turned out. It is so cute. I love the look of the wood grain on here. It is stunning. And I like that, like, you don't have to put the lemons on it. You can just put it green or do whatever you want. But this was really easy and it came out so beautiful. Let me know what you think down in the comments.
These pieces of wood from Dollar Tree, I'm going to take them outside and we are going to sand them out and cut them. But before, we need to measure it out. So I am going to cut these into 2.5-inch blocks. There will be a little excess off of the side and we're going to cut that off. All right. So let's go in the garage. Let's come back. Bam. There she is. Okay. So then I'm going to clean these off with some baby wipes. They sanded off pretty well. Then taking that rich black, I am taking these wood letters from Dollar Tree. They fit absolutely perfect. And I'm going to paint those black. We're going to paint our wood piece entirely black. The top, the bottom, the sides, everything. Just paint it all black here, okay? So then after we're done painting all of these pieces black, we are going to flip our parchment paper around, take our blocks. Now, I did 2 coats of white on this side, the brown side, and then I coated the rest of it with 1 coat of white. And I know the other side was white, but it had a glossy finish. Wasn't digging it, so I decided to paint over that as well. So once that is all dry, we are going to get our wooden letters. Now, Melissa uses, I forget, they're like almost like tile looking pieces she got from Dollar Tree, and she uses the black stickers from Dollar Tree. So make sure to watch her video to see her take on this. So I'm just using my detail gun. I am trying to get them as centered as possible. And oh my gosh, I just love the way this turned out. And it looks so high end because of the wood signs from Dollar Tree. Like they're so heavy. I love it. And you can make this reversible too. I just didn't have enough time, to be honest. Okay, so now I'm taking antique wax and I wanted to add a little dimension. So I decided to distress around the sides. And of course, you don't have to do that at all. You can leave it vibrant just like this, but I really wanted to tie this into all my other DIYs and I really thought it made the letters pop. So after we are done with that, you guys are done. If you want to make it reversible, possibilities are endless. But look at how beautiful this came out. So thank you, Melissa from 4 Quarters Crafts, because I really enjoyed making it. It was so easy to make. And y'all, thank you so much for being here with me. Make sure to like, make sure to...
Next one's going to be super cute. So we're going to take one of these trucks. They also have like a Halloween version of this, and I think a different one. We're going to rip that sign off, but we are going to save it for later, so hold on to it. We're going to flip this sign on around. Make sure to cover the backs. I don't think I did with this one. And I am going to start freehand painting this. So I'm using steel and I'm referencing, I keep flipping the truck back and forth because I'm referencing the other side. If you had 2 of these, it would make it a lot easier. But I'm going to outline where the mirrors are and the window. And then I'm going to take some Rich Black by Folk Art, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of just trace out where like my fenders are before I paint the entire truck black. That way, I don't know, I don't know, I know where things are because I'm going to paint them first with the black, and then I'm going to use that still gray and go back over it and give it some definition with like the gray. So I'm going to add like highlights a lot within this truck. So after I'm done doing that, I paint the entire truck black, which I'm going to skip over. And here we go. And you could see adding more highlights with that steel gray by Waverly around the window. I will draw, like, paint a little bumper on here. And you guys can do this with any colors that you want. And then I use my little daubers, and I'm going to put some lights on there. This turned out so stinking cute. All right, now we're going to grab some paint stir sticks and Jenga blocks. I'm going to start with two of the large paint sticks from, not paint sticks, popsicle sticks from Walmart. You're going to need 16 Jenga blocks total, and just hot glue them in twos. And what we're going to do is build a box. So you can obviously use one of the Dollar Tree crates. However, this one was a lot bigger than the crate, so I was able to fit more into it. So what I'm doing right here is I'm going to build the bottom of the bed of our truck. So I took two Jenga blocks, attached them together, and then hot glued the popsicle stick on top. Now I'm going to attach both of those together because I wanted it to be like further, like stick further out, like I said, so I could fit more in there. And then I will hot glue two more Jenga blocks on top. This seems so confusing. No, four. Jeez, I'm a hot mess. I hope you guys are watching because I'm not explaining this very well. Okay, so I stack. So basically you'll have 8 Jenga blocks on each side, okay? I think that's a lot easier to say. And then we're going to attach it to the back of our truck, get more large popsicle sticks, and then we will hot glue those to the top of our Jenga blocks. So you can see now we have the bed of our truck. It is substantially bigger than the crates. And ooh, now we take that sign we took off, paint it white, and then I'll do a decal that I made on my Cricut. Add some lines so it looks like planked wood. Easy peasy. All right, add that decal. Now for me, I wanted it to be able to switch this out if I wanted to. So I added this Velcro like dots to the back. That way for Christmas, I could take this off and change it to like Christmas trees, $5, put Christmas trees back there. Change it to strawberries, you know, like whatever you want. So I'm going to stuff the bed of the truck with a grocery bag, and then I'll put some Spanish moss in there, some lemons, and some boxwood. And this came out so stinking cute. I absolutely love it. I love how big the bed of the truck is. Like I said, I could fit a lot more in there than I would the Dollar Tree crate. So I hope this inspires you to make your own. And I hope you love the vibe of the lemons. It adds a nice